Episode 3 of the Spittin Sports Podcast. Same three as always, and Noah Ryan back again.
The first thing we're going to get into is the Leafs comeback and the Montreal Canadiens on Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was kind of a regular opening night kind of game. Not a lot of offense, a lot of defense, mistakes left and right.
Montreal sucks.
Yeah.
Put that out there.
I don't know. Like, obviously, Leafs were favorite to win. Montreal had a pretty good game considering the roster they're having right now.
Alex Newhook, 2 goals. So, his first.
Yeah. The Habs went up early, 2-0. I think a big turning point in the game actually was Caulfield's third power play goal getting called off for offside. Yeah. The Habs looked really good out the gate, but the Leafs offense kind of got rolling in the second half of the game.
Matthews as always, like we got on opening night.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Toronto scored 3 goals in the second period. Going to the second intermission, going up 3-2, and went into the shootout, and Marner won it for him.
Yeah, no, like not a whole lot to say. I thought Matthews looked good. Like,
starting goalie's also Jake Allen, so.
Yeah, well, you can't complain about Allen. He had 37 saves. So
the Leafs deserve to win that game.
He got blown out with the shots, like a lot of shots against him. So
42 shots.
Honestly, I don't think Samsonov looked that great, to be honest. I mean, like.
No, well, Samsonov had almost like half the shots.
792 save percentage. Then again, it's first game of the season, boys. Like, I don't know, not too much to worry about yet. Leafs pull out the win.
What about the fight between Reeves and the old Xhaka?
A lot of people think Reeves got jumped. A lot of controversy. Reeves said he got jumped.
In the post game, Reeves said if Xhaka wants to actually fight him at center ice, he'll be ready for it.
I think Xhaka pushing Reeves onto the net is a bit of a I don't know. I don't know if I like that.
No, because like that's
kind of a
you're gonna trip a guy up pushing him over the net.
Yeah,
so like
that's I don't know.
He just wanted a way to end the fight, I think, by pushing him over.
It wasn't really even a fight. It was like no punches thrown.
I think if they seriously go out, I still think Reeves got him.
Yeah, I think Reeves won.
That will be.
I'm excited. I'm excited for round 2 because there will be a round 2.
There will be. These guys play each other 8 times in season 6, 8.
And Reeves already called him out, told him just ask him any time. So
they'll fight again.
Well, second matchup we'll get into is another Canadian matchup. The Oilers, big loss against Canucks, 8-1.
Just brutal.
I think a lot of people are overreacting. I mean, it's game 1 of the season.
Still.
Now, yes, it's 8-1, but like. I don't know. I'm not that worried about the Oilers. The Oilers, I think, are still going to be one of the better teams in the NHL. I mean, Besser 4 goals. That's probably 10% of the goals he's going to score all season right there in one game. I don't know. Like I said, kind of similar to the Leafs-Habs game. Not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, 8-1 blowout for the Canucks.
Well, hard game for the goalies of Edmonton.
Yeah,
I think we're getting
750 save percentage each.
For both of them, they both faced 16 shots against, 12 saves.
They both played 4 goals.
And I mean, that was kind of a weak point last season. Defense and goaltending. They got one of the better offenses in the league. I don't know. I'm not really convinced that Campbell or Skinner are ready for a championship run as a starting goalie right now.
No.
So we'll have to see how that pans out.
Yeah. What do you think of the game, Murph?
I think it's not the show what Edmonton got for the season. I think it's just a bad first game. But 8-1, man, that's still brutal. Like, I don't know. I really don't know what to say on that. It's just they got blown out. I mean,
the Oilers got to bounce back in the next few games, I think.
Well, the Oilers are playing them again now.
David was basically invisible out there, so I mean.
I don't know. I think it's a rare occurrence that McDavid and Draisaitl don't have it. Well, Draisaitl scored their goal, didn't they?
Well, McDavid
but still, I don't know. I think it wasn't a great game for even them, and I think that's a rare occurrence. That won't happen again.
Yeah, that won't happen again. They got too much of a far-powered offense to just score 1 goal game every game.
I would be shocked if the Oilers lose this rematch.
Yeah, they do play tonight.
Yeah.
They do play Saturday night. I think the Oilers will get back.
They'll win.
I think it'll be another high-scoring game, but I'm predicting probably like a 5-3 kind of game.
Are they on home ice tonight?
Yeah.
I'd say, because they're in Vancouver for the first game. I definitely got the Oilers tonight. I think they need a statement win after losing 8-1 to the same team they're playing again.
It's just hard to beat a team twice as well.
Yeah.
I think it really depends on Edmonton's goalies or goalie or whatever they decide to do. If they play good, because if they don't play good, then I think that would beat them.
Yeah, well, the next thing we'll get into is for the start of the season, we'll predict the standings for each division by the end of the year. So we'll start off with Noah, and we'll have one division each. So Noah will start off with the Atlantic.
All right. So 8th place, I got the Habs. I mean, not a lot of offensive firepower with them this year. They got Caulfield and Suzuki, but they don't got the forwards to make a run,
Yeah,
along
that's
with the
an obvious.
goaltending.
Yeah, it's an
Jake
obvious.
Allen.
Obvious, no.
You know,
I'm ready.
got the Red Wings. They got some young guys.
I like the Red Wings this year. I think the Red Wings will be a good team.
I got them at 7. They got some young guys. I don't think they're gonna put it together this year, but I think in the future they're gonna.
It's a tough division, really.
I think
tough division.
I think the Red Wings will probably finish 6 or 5. Honestly,
They're not.
people forget that they got
bad.
DeBrincat this offseason.
Yeah.
They signed DeBrincat, so Larkin DeBrincat combo I think will go a long way for them.
And then at 6, I got the Sens.
I like the Sens.
Sens put together a good young team.
See,
But
I think it's a bit low.
I think they can.
no, I think it's a bit. I think Red Wings are me over the Senators this year.
I think
I'm
it's
not
close.
I'm not buying into the Senators hype. I got a lot of people that had
Yeah,
Senators hype.
I don't think.
I think there was
Senators
a lot
can
of
put
hype
together
over the
this year.
Senators last year as well.
Yeah.
Senators
No, I
also
just-
don't have the goaltending for it.
Yeah, I'm not on board with the hype.
I don't know. I don't
I
think.
think Sens are not.
I don't think
bad,
the Red
though.
Wings and the Senators are both just getting out of like long rebuilds.
Mhm.
I think they have no pressure. They don't need to win this season, but I think they're both good teams this year.
At 5, I got the Bruins. Lost a couple key pieces over the off season and didn't really sign anyone to take their positions. Can't see Allmark having a great season
Yeah.
again. I think
Yeah,
he's going to
okay.
be like a Jordan Binnington kind of guy.
I don't hate the Bruins there. It's not horrible. It's a tough division.
At 4, I got the Sabres. A lot of young guys.
See,
I
I
like
don't
that. That's a
like the
bit-
I like
Sabres
that
this
hot
year.
Sabres.
I don't
I
like
like
it.
the
I think the Sabres are a bit high.
Another
I think
thing.
it really
This is
depends on
another
that
thing. A
personal-
lot of hype around the Sabres again the
You
year.
got guys like Owen Power, Zach Benson coming in lighting
Yeah,
up.
but it's the rookie season.
Yeah,
It's
but,
it's Benson's
Benson.
rookie season,
yeah.
and it's
I still
all
think-
this Thompson. Oh, he's going to be a great player this year. I'm not
It
disagreeing.
depends on that first
What
one.
you're saying, I know I agree what you say about the Bruins. How Almer's not going to have the same year. They lost a lot of players from retirement. I still think the Bruins will be higher than the Sabres this season.
Yeah.
I don't.
I can
I'm
agree
just
with
not
that.
buying into all the hype on the Sabres as well.
At 3, I got the Lightning. I mean, you still got guys like Hedman and Vassy, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Stamkos, Point.
Yeah.
They still
Oh,
got,
I
they
like
still
them.
got some good
I like
pieces.
them.
With the way the Lightning are this year, with like Vasilevsky early on injury, it's so hard to predict where they're going to finish in the standings. In my
Mhm.
opinion,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think they could be 5 or they could be 2 or 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like it could be anywhere.
At 2, I got the Panthers. Might be a bit high, but I like the goaltending there. When Montour gets back, he's going to provide some good points.
No,
Not two. I don't think two.
I heavily disagree with that.
I think 2 is too
like,
high. I think 10.
I disagree with
Dang.
some stuff you said, but I heavily disagree with that. Like,
I think 10.
everyone forgets the Panthers. A lot of the Habs fans, you guys are Habs fans. You remember last year how you had their first round pick, and you were saying that could be a good pick because the
Yeah.
first half of the
That's-
season
that's
they were
true.
not doing good.
That's true.
Who's not to say that's going to happen again?
But
I
then
don't believe in the Panthers just because they went to the cup. I don't think they're going to.
you also got
That's
to
gonna be
remember
less
though,
than
2
winning.
seasons ago they were also like the best regular season team in the league,
Yeah.
and a lot of the same people are on
You
that
got to
team.
remember, Huberdeau was on that team, and
That's true.
And he
that's
was-
a 100-point score. He was 120
but
points that
Huberdeau
year.
got replaced by Matthew Tkachuk.
That's true. Oh yeah.
I would personally have the Panthers lower, but I do think the Panthers are going to get out in the top 4 of that division.
Oh yeah.
I
agree with
think
that.
that the Bruins could be over the Panthers. I think the Lightning could be over the Panthers, and even the Sabres could be over the Panthers, in my opinion.
I could go with
I think
Lightning over
Senators is
Panthers.
too
I
low
don't see
still,
Bruins
but-
going over them though.
Okay.
And then 1 got the Leafs.
That's
agree
not
with
that's
that.
not debatable in my opinion.
I agree with
That's
that.
yeah. That's a
The
good
only,
one.
the only thing for the Leafs this year will be goaltending, but they got so many good key pieces that it's just I think
Well,
that's
they're a
good.
regular season team.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
what they are.
Already knows how to forget.
Yeah, come playoffs is a different story.
Yeah. I agree with what you said there, and now we'll get into Mike, who has the Pacific Division.
Yeah. All right. Well, Pacific Division starting out, I got the Sharks finishing last in the division. That's not really a debate. I think they're arguably the worst team in the NHL this season. So yeah, not much to say there. 7, I actually got the Ducks. Ducks are a team a little bit farther along in the rebuild. I think they're going to finish with more points than the Sharks, obviously, but I don't think they're going to do much damage this season.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Coming in at 6, I actually got the Calgary Flames missing the playoffs again this season.
Yeah.
I do think they are going to have a better season from their star players like Mark Schummer Huberdeau, for example, but I don't like the Flames. I don't think they're very deep, and I don't like their offense.
Yeah.
Coming in at 5, I actually got the Canucks finishing ahead of the Flames this season. I think the Canucks had kind of a down year last year, but I mean they brought in like Philip Hronek. It was a good top 4D.
Canucks had 5.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
I was thinking a
I don't
bit
know.
higher.
I might
was
switch the
thinking a bit
Flames and the
higher.
Canucks, but that's debatable.
I
think-
like the Canucks over the Flames this
Yeah,
year.
same. That's why I got them.
So
I
you
was
think
thinking higher.
you think
I don't know.
Canucks.
Don't
It should
forget.
be
Don't
higher
forget.
than that.
Don't forget the Canucks were pretty bad last year, and they didn't make a lot of moves this season.
yeah.
So-
I like this so far.
I got the Canucks as like a maybe just squeeze in or just miss playoff team in the West. Coming in at 4, I got the Kraken. I think the Kraken are gonna get a little worse in the standings this season than they did last year. I think last year was a bit of a fluke.
I find the only thing about the Kraken is they don't really got a star player.
No.
That's what I
Well,
find.
that's the thing.
Well, I'm trying to see
They got a lot
will
of good
Beniers
players.
evolve into one of the top players this year?
This year?
I think for the Kraken
I-
definitely, but maybe
this
not
year.
in the league.
Not in the league. What I'm
For
saying
the
is
Kraken, I think
enough
He'll
a
definitely be a decent
game-changing player is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Which I think he probably will.
I think so.
I think the Kraken get into the playoffs again, but I don't think they make as much damage and noise as they did last season. And they're definitely not better than the 3 teams ahead of them, which brings me to number 3. I got the LA Kings. LA Kings, I like the LA Kings a lot, actually. They've been hanging around in the playoffs under the radar the last couple seasons.
They're
And
an underrated team.
they are.
Very underrated
I
team.
like the Kings roster. I think they got a lot of good players.
Now they are probably a bit underrated, but I don't think they have any damage in the postseason.
No,
Not a
I
bit.
I see them in the playoffs again. There's not much else to say. I like the Kings. I think they're definitely better than the Kraken this year. And number 2, I got the Vegas Golden Knights, Stanley Cup champions.
Whoa.
At number 2, I got them at number 2.
I
got-
that one.
I don't know. I think
Jeez.
I don't know. I got the Kraken at the Knights at number 2. It's debatable between them or the Oilers. At
I don't
number
know.
1, in my
Like
opinion.
Stanley Cup champions last year, I think they gotta go at 1. Like personally, if that's me, I'm putting them 1.
I like the Oilers one. I like
Yeah.
the Oilers one.
So I'll just bring in the Oilers here. Obviously, that's my number 1 pick, the Oilers. I think the Oilers, the way they score, and like the amount they score, I think they're a really good regular season team to pick at number 1. Obviously, they're not as good defensively as the Knights. They're not as
Okay,
good
hold on,
defensively.
hold on. You tell us why you have the Knights
Yeah.
over
Well,
Oilers.
one of the biggest reasons is they just won the Stanley Cup, and Oilers got put out in the first round, second
The
round.
Oilers lost to them in the conference.
Oh yeah, conference.
But what does that have to do with the regular season, the playoffs?
Mhm.
What's the playoffs have to do with the regular
I mean,
season?
so
You see the Leafs every single year.
okay, for
Top of the
one,
top.
for one, the Oilers, Stuart Skinner, Jack Campbell. I mean, if they're not going to play good, it's going to be brutal.
Okay, so do you think the
The Knights-
Knights? Who's the Knights goalie?
Aiden Hill.
So who do you how?
If
you
he
believe,
if he plays like he did in the playoffs, then I do believe that the Knights get first in the division.
so you believe that Hill will be better than either?
Stuart Skinner,
I
Jack
can
Campbell.
agree with that.
I do. I
can
really
agree
do.
with
Think
No,
that.
I don't know. I don't
It-
got.
it-
I don't
it's
got.
I
gonna
don't.
depend.
If
It's
he
gonna
is
depend.
better,
Because if Stuart Skinner's still young, it's only his second
So
real
Aiden Hill,
season
though.
in the
Aiden
NHL.
Hill's-
Yeah, but
So
you,
it depends if he grows.
you do realize that Aiden Hill's not even the for sure starter of the Knights. They got Logan Thompson, who's apparently supposed to go 50-50 with them this season.
yeah, even
I think
if
you're
the-
overhyping
Even
Hill
if the Knights goalie tandem is a bit better than the Oilers, I don't think it's noticeably
Yeah.
better.
I'm telling you, the Oilers are a built regular season, like way over 100-point team in my opinion. I think the Oilers are going to finish first in the Pacific.
Yeah, I think over a stretch, the Oilers will find a way to score the goals to win them the game.
And it's easy to say no after they just lost 8-1 this first game of the season.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into my standings. I have the Metro Division. And at last place in the Metro, I have the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yep.
Just traded away Kevin Hayes. Not much talent on that team.
Brutal team, man.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Konecny got to get out.
Well,
of there.
they're going into a
Carter
rebuild
Hart
now.
is
They're
There-
definitely going into a
There's
rebuild.
talks of them actually trading away Carter Hurt and a
Yeah.
couple of their key players.
Yeah.
I can see them at the deadline trading away their big players.
Yeah.
Let them go somewhere else where they can show.
Number 7, I got the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Okay.
Picked up a couple of young players. Still got Line, Gaudreau, a couple top end players in the forward compartment.
Well,
so
their first line it's projected to be Fantilli, Line and Gaudreau.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be fun to
that
watch.
right
but-
there puts them over the Flyers.
Yeah. That's going to be fun to watch, but like the rest of their team is not built like that. Rowinski just went down with another injury.
Yeah.
So
Number 6, I have the Washington Capitals.
Too
Just,
old.
To me, too old. Great team, obviously, but the Metro's stacked. I just don't see them going into a wild card or even the playoffs.
mediocre team.
Yeah, of course they got Ovi and that, but just a bit old. Number 5, I have the Islanders. I think I have them into a wild
They're
card
such a
spot.
hit or miss
Yeah.
team. I find
They have great goaltending in Sorokin,
Yeah.
and they have just an all-around grind team that buys into the same system.
They don't score enough goals.
They don't score enough goals, is what I was about to get at.
Yeah.
So that's why they're number
They
5.
depend on their goalie.
But yeah, I agree. I think
But-
they'll make playoffs, but if they do, it'll
Wild
be a
card,
squeaky
last
wild
wild card.
card.
If Sorokin had an offense that scored goals, watch out. Man.
Yeah, they could be
top
a
13.
force to be reckoned
Yeah.
with, but they just don't get the forwards to put
No.
the pucks in the net. Number 4, I have the Penguins. Also, same kind of deal with the Capitals, a bit old, but I just think there's more talent on Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Well,
in the
Crosby's
Capitals.
still
Picking up a key
Crosby's
piece in
still-
Eric Carlson
That's
too.
Start the
exactly
season out.
Key Pace and Carlson. They got
Yeah,
old core, but they still got it.
Yeah.
And I like
this year- for
Gensel
this
on
year
the
they still
wing.
got it.
Gensel on the wing for Crosby. I just
Penguins in a few years' time are gonna be.
I like the Pens making the playoffs, but I don't think they're gonna do much.
They had their
after that.
warriors. They had their
Yeah.
warriors.
I like them making it.
then the top 3 of the Metro I think is a lot just interchangeable. But number 3 I have the New Jersey Devils. I think it's gonna have a great year, but the teams I have ahead of them has more experience
Yeah.
in the league, and I think they will do better over the stretch. Number 2, New York Rangers. I like Shesterkin in net. I like their offense. I like their defense. I think they're a great team, but I just don't think they're as good as the Hurricanes.
No.
I don't think they're
Hurricanes
as
would be
deep,
mad at all.
and there I have Hurricanes number 1, winning the Metro.
Yeah, I'd say Hurricanes are one of the deepest.
The
teams.
Hurricanes have the deepest team, especially on the blue line.
Now,
They're
saying
the
that,
best defensive team in the
I
NHL.
wouldn't be surprised if the Rangers got first too.
Yeah,
Best
the-
defensive
that's-
team, and you also got Freddie Anderson in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And,
They're-
I'd like to mention Svechnikov's coming back for the
yeah,
Hurricanes.
top 3 are totally interchangeable for me.
The only thing I'd say about this list is I think the Devils or the Rangers could easily be flipped in the
Yeah,
regular
oh
season.
yeah, for sure. And lastly, we'll get into Murph.
All right, so at 8,
Central.
we got the Coyotes. I mean, brutal team. About all they got is Clayton Keller.
I wouldn't say
They
they're
did
a
get
brutal
Logan
team.
I don't
Cooley.
think they're as
They
bad
did
as
They're not a
you think.
brutal
They
team.
did get Logan Cooley.
I
who's-
think the
looking
teams
good
like
so
the
far.
Flyers, the Jackets, the Sharks,
Or
the
all worse.
Habs, Chicago, they could all be below.
Yeah,
You gotta realize, like, Clayton
Could be
Keller,
the
Barrett Hayton,
Logan Cooley.
Logan Cooley.
underrated goalie in
What's
that
the,
year.
he just played for Team Canada last year. Righty. Man, what's his name? He played with Bedard.
Either way, they just got an underrated.
Yeah.
team.
Stan Coven.
No.
Either way,
Just keep going. I'll let
They
you
do
know
have
when
an
I'm
under,
on.
you know, they got a good young team, but I think they easily. I don't know.
Number 7?
Number 7, I got Nashville. I put the Blackhawks above them. Now it's debatable. But the Blackhawks, I think, are going to be better than them. To be honest with you, I think Nashville's
So
washed
what?
up old team. I think who does Nashville got? When you hear Nashville, who
They
do
got
you
the
say?
Saros. They got one of the best goalies in
Yeah.
the league.
Yeah,
They
but
also
you need
just
more than
signed.
Saros.
They just signed Ryan O'Reilly and Gusev Nyquist
Yes.
this year.
Like,
Ryan O'Reilly's an old bag, and so is Gustav Nyquist.
This
So
guy's
I'm not worried about that.
I think that is a terrible take.
You
Look,
think, Nashville's
I think that Nashville are being stupid in the terms of not rebuilding right now because they don't have a cup team, but they're not a second last place
Also,
team.
we're forgetting about Roman Yossi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you gotta
that
stay
That is
back
that
there.
is just embarrassing how you have Nashville over Chicago. Their first line includes Bedard, rookie season. You can never bet on a rookie season. Taylor Hall is a decent piece, but then who's their third best forward? Corey Perry.
Yeah,
Come on.
the Hawks are not going to be a
Come
good
on.
team.
I
No,
think
I think
Hawks
that-
could be
I
under
think
the.
they'd be
You
surprised.
And I'm a
got-
Hawks
you
fan. I'm
you
a
got
Blackhawks
a team in
fan.
Nashville that's probably not going to get scored on a lot.
No.
Like say Roman Yossi, UC Saros. You got.
Listen,
you got
I
a
think
couple guys
that this hype over Bedard's a bit too much as well.
Yeah.
And
there. And that's coming from a Chicago fan.
I'm a Chicago fan, and I think they'll come.
over Bedard. is
I think
definitely-
they could come last in this division, and it's a joke how you have Nashville
know.
under.
For me,
Blackhawks.
they're all interchangeable.
That is a,
For my
not
bottom
even
three.
No,
close.
that's
That
not
is
even
a
close.
joke.
I don't know.
It's not even close.
All right,
No,
all
that's
right.
not this.
All right, well, we know who my 6 is for the Blackhawks.
Keep going, look.
Bob, I got the Blues. I think the Blues got a pretty good depth team now.
See, I think I would have the Preds over the Blues this year.
Okay,
What?
same. So you say they have all this depth. Tell me who their depth
Yes,
is.
who's
They
your
got
dad?
Ivan Barbashev, he's amazing.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's
hold
alright.
on. He's on the Vegas Golden
Yeah, he's
Knights.
on Vegas. I was just gonna say, is he on Vegas?
Unreal.
Okay,
Okay, keep going.
no research done before this fixing.
I never looked at the St. Louis.
Okay, who else is their dad?
They got Tarasenko.
No, they
What
don't.
happened to
He is
Tarasenko?
on the Ottawa Senators.
Yes.
What?
This
Yes,
guy
yes,
is
He went
unreal.
to
Boys,
the Rangers last
unreal.
year and then went to the Sens.
Oh, cancel him.
Okay, so
When
from
did
now
this
on,
happen?
don't listen to this guy on the
Yes.
podcast.
Oh,
Not
my God.
include.
He's
So,
on the
so he's
Sens.
listed off Barbashev, who has won a cup last year with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
And
that
two,
Because-
Tarasenko, who's been on 2 other teams since being on the Blues.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
hang on.
This is all, no, hang on, number 4.
They got Jordan Kyrou.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, he's
but
good.
That's how's that
Yeah.
depth? He's their number 1
Yes.
player.
And like
Exactly.
Michael Thomas, or not Michael Thomas, Robert
Robert.
Thomas. Sorry,
He's
Robert
serious.
Thomas.
This is unreal.
Anyways,
That's fine.
I'm moving on.
No, I just say you were moving
We had a
on.
little slip up there by me. That was my fault.
No knowledge, Murph.
Yeah,
Yeah, no knowledge out
Okay,
there.
go.
Anyways,
So anyway, who's next?
we got the Winnipeg Jets
At what? What is that?
at 4.
At 4.
Okay, one.
I think they got experience. And Mark Scheifele, still good player. I mean,
Wheeler.
no, I'm not that stupid.
I thought I was gonna say
He
Wheeler.
retired like 2 years ago.
No, he's not. He's on the Rangers.
Okay, he's on the
Oh
Rangers.
my
He's on the Rangers.
Okay, I tried to get him on him being on the Jets,
You
but
do
he's
have
on the
no
Rangers.
luck in net though. So.
Yeah.
Hey,
Everyone's top
honestly,
3 goalies in
even
the
though
league.
you got no knowledge, I actually do like what your top.
I don't
four is.
disagree now, but I tried to get you by saying he was still on the Jets.
I think-
but then you just said he was on. He
Bro,
retired
I
2
don't know,
years
I'm
ago.
on the Winnipeg
What people
Blue
don't
Jays.
remember is the Jets started the first almost half of the year as one of the best teams in the NHL,
Yeah,
and then they fell off a cliff in the second half.
All right, my 3's Minnesota.
Yeah, I like them
Kirill Kaprizov. They got a pretty good goalie in Gustafsson. I mean, they got mediocre D. It's nothing special, but it's not the worst D in the league. So, I mean, I think I got them above Jets.
I just think
they're better.
they're basically the same team they were the last couple of years. A couple
Exactly.
of players come in and out. I
I
like
think
the.
now when it comes to playoffs, they're garbage. Garbage team in playoffs.
I don't even have an opinion on this guy's list anymore.
All
Like
right.
I agree.
Minnesota
I
three
agree
is
with
not
that. I
bad.
agree with that. But just.
Okay, go on,
Anyways,
Murph.
let me get my 2. For exceed. I got a 2. I got the Avalanche. Now, one of the best teams in the league, I think. But
Yeah.
I mean, McKinnon, Rantanen. If Rantanen can actually stay healthy, they got McCarr, best D in the league. Then their goalie's not bad goalie.
Who's their goalie?
I don't remember. I got it.
Murph goes, not bad goalie. Not bad
I don't know his
goalie.
name. Not bad goalie.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Grubauer,
No.
I know.
He was.
Grubauer's
he was
on the
Seattle.
track.
Yeah.
Anyway, Murph, go on to number 1. Just go on to number 1, please.
Philadelphia.
No.
You're good.
He actually is a pretty average goalie in the league. He's not bad.
Oh
but
yeah,
he's not
Georgia
great.
came from New York.
But you were pretty decent goalie. You had no idea who was in
Pretty
that front.
decent goalie.
Because I just don't know his name.
That's how I would
Oh,
describe
he's
him, though. I would describe
He is-
Gorgiev
he
as
is
a pretty
mid
decent
goalie.
goalie.
He's
Yes.
a mid goalie.
Anyways, I think my first should be
This
obvious.
is one agreement I have with
Yeah,
him.
I like
Dallas Stars
I like the
first.
list.
I'm a heavy believer in Dallas Stars.
Pretty young
Yeah.
team. I don't know. I think
I'm a heavy believer in the Stars. I do agree with that.
I think the Dallas Stars got a good chance at.
Stars been hanging
I
around
do
the last
believe-
few years. I think they're only getting better. I think that this could be their year.
Alright, so that's all we got for the NHL, so we're gonna move
Interesting list to end it off.
on. Yeah, interesting list to end it off. So
God.
we'll now get into the MLB, of course, still in the playoffs. Just finished up the division series.
Yep.
A couple upsets. Couple big upsets. fellas.
Basically, all upsets except Houston Astros.
Yeah, a couple huge upsets. I mean, the 3 teams that won 100 games this season, all of them out.
The top 5 betting odds going in the playoffs, top 5 teams are all gone.
Yeah, well, I mean, Rangers absolutely, just took control of the Orioles. Came into Camden Yards in Baltimore,
Yeah.
2 in a row. Comes back to Texas, beats them. Wow, those are 8-1.
Yeah.
Orioles were just showed they were a young team, and we all were questioning will they be good in the
Yeah.
playoffs because they've never been in the playoffs before. We all questioned that last podcast.
Well, it's not acceptable to be in a plus 100 win team and get swept, but they ran into a hot Rangers team at the wrong time. I think. In my opinion.
You know what's kind of funny? I seen there the other day.
Yeah.
So you know how the AL East, Toronto's division, all the good teams, probably the hardest division in the MLB.
Yeah.
Every single one of their teams in that division, 0 playoff wins.
Yeah, I heard.
The Yankees never made it. The Rays got swept. Blue Jays got swept. Orioles got swept, and the Red Sox never made it.
Yeah,
0.
that's crazy.
So don't matter how many wins you got in the regular season, if you're not going to win one game, any of them, there's no point. There's no point. It's a waste of season.
I'm looking at the stats here, and in Houston's first 4 hitters in their lineup, 3 of them are batting over 400 in the postseason.
Well, I mean, just like the Red Sox and the Yankees have completed just as much as the Orioles this season.
Yeah.
And the Orioles has, 30 more wins? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can say. Like, Evan Carter has a 629 on base percentage right now.
The rookie Evan Carter was unreal. Like, everyone's talking about it. Like, he's so composed in the batter's box, not swinging at nothing at the plate, taking lots of walks, lots of hits. It's just unreal to me watching Evan Carter play.
Yeah,
in the biggest stage.
We'll get into predictions later, but I do like the Rangers right now. I can tell you that.
Oh, I said first podcast that they're going to go deep ways, and they're
Yeah,
just only proving me right. Second one we'll get into is D-backs over the Dodgers. Another sweep. Absolutely jumped on Clayton Kershaw in the first game.
I was
6
shocked.
runs,
and
he only had 1 out.
7-0 after the first inning. I think.
And he only had 1 out, and he got pulled with 6 runs on the board.
I mean, that just set the tone for the series, really. Like, come in there, the Dodgers got their ace on the mound.
Experience.
An experienced guy. And
although, saying experience, I did see lots of stats going around.
Yeah.
Clayton Kershaw, his overall ERA in the regular season, his whole career was like 2.4 or something. In the playoffs, it's over 4. So there's something there.
Pitch in the postseason.
Yeah, so he's obviously not a great pitcher in the postseason.
Yeah, well, I just want to talk about Corbin Carroll right now. Corbin Carroll is batting .412 with a .565 on base percentage and an .824 slugging. I mean, that's just as good as it gets.
And he's a rookie.
Yeah.
Another rookie talking about here. We're going from Evan Carter to Corbin Carroll. We can even talk about Gabriel Moreno.
Yeah.
Just
Moreno. Just as I was talking about the top 4 batters for Texas, the first 4 batters in the lineup for the Diamondbacks, 3 home runs, 2 home runs, 2 home runs, 2 home runs.
Yeah.
So they're getting production.
They're putting
Simple
the
as
ball
that.
over the fence, man.
It kind of hurts watching Moreno hitting all these bombs.
Yeah.
As the Jays need runs in the playoffs. But it is what it is. I think Corbin Carroll is the MVP of this team right now.
Well, they've played 5 games. They have 13 home runs.
Yeah. Even
So
Lourdes
how
Gurriel.
can you lose when you're hitting over like more than 2 home runs a game?
Yeah.
Like,
And I mean, like, the pitching staff for the Diamondbacks haven't even had pressure on them because the Diamondbacks have just been knocking the ball out of the park left and right. So, I mean...
And other than Zach Gallen of the D-backs, they're not special. They're not a special pitching staff. Like, they're not overly... and Mookie Betts over 11 in the series.
Yeah.
And they're not a great pitching team. Man.
I don't know. It's like all the supposed favorites just forgot how to hit in the
Freddie
postseason.
Freeman, not a great series.
No.
So we'll go from that sweep to another supposedly upset, I guess. It was 2 great teams battling out for the second season in a row in the division series. Phillies beat the Phillies beat the Atlanta Braves
for the second season in a row.
We took Braves on the last podcast.
We all did.
Yeah, so that was bad.
I was convinced that the Braves were just the best team in the MLB. I thought they were definitely going to beat the Phillies.
Yeah, well, me and Murph can see here, Trey Turner hitting .500 in the playoffs.
And it's funny because he was in the biggest slump at the start of the season. And people are saying he wasn't worth the contract, wasn't worth the money.
And they give him that standing ovation. And
Speaking of the Phillies game, can we talk about Nick Castellanos making history?
Nick Castellanos making history. 2 games in a row with multi-home runs. With game 3 and game 4 in Philadelphia.
That got to feel really good.
He went yard twice in a row.
But you know what? To win a World Series, you need people like that to just step up and have big games. And that's exactly what the Phillies are getting. Like, Trey Turner, Nick Castellanos, and Bryce Harper are the best players on the team and are showing that they're the best players.
Well, just talk about the controversy of Orlando Arcia in the dressing room saying "attaboy Harper" after game 2 after a running mistake that cost him the game.
I actually think that like that fueled the,
Well, you
the
can't
Phillies.
get on the bad side of Harper.
No.
He's shown time and time again in the playoffs he can burn you if you piss him off, and he pissed him
Yeah.
off.
Did you see the video of him around the bases staring at everyone as he was
2
running
runs in a
by?
row because he
Yeah.
had 2 homes off in that game.
Yeah, he's
Well, I mean, he's
hot
getting
at
on
it.
base over half of his at bats.
Yeah. I'm a big Bryce Harper fan. I like seeing him do good again.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like him.
I feel like when you watch him, he's a real electric player out there. Like,
Oh,
really
he
knows
is. He
that.
brings the.
He
He
brings the energy
resembles the Phillies. He resembles the Phillies fans.
Yeah,
The loud,
He
energetic,
said he loves playing in Philly.
huge team. He resembles the franchise of the Phillies.
Yeah, and I like the Phillies bullpen going with the bats right now. I just like the Phillies team right now. They're rolling. Just similar to the Rangers. Like, they're just rolling right now.
They're a playoff team. They did
Yeah.
it last year and they're doing it again this year. They're
Yeah.
beating top teams like the Braves, and they're going to keep going. And I
They're
do.
showing up when it counts the most.
Yeah, their home field advantage is huge in Philly.
Oh yeah,
Like
Philadelphia.
loud.
I feel like in
Obnoxious
every
place.
sport, Philadelphia got
Yeah,
the craziest fans, but the best fans.
Oh yeah, they're awesome fans, and they just got underrated players down the lineup like Brendan Marsh, Bryson Stott, players like them,
Yeah.
Alec Bohm, hitting from.
I think they
So
just got their players stepping up.
everybody's rolling right now for the Phillies.
They got their best players being their best
Yeah.
players, and that's what's making a difference. In the
And the last division series was the Baltimore Orioles and the Minnesota Twins.
You mean the Astros and the Twins?
Sorry, the Astros and the Twins.
Yeah.
Not much to say about that one. The better team won. Simple as that. I don't even think the Twins should have been there. The
Only
Jays should
not
have been there.
upset.
Yeah, I think the Jays just had such a bad playoff series that they let a team that had no business getting to the divisional round get there.
I think the Jays would have given them a run for their money. Actually,
Yeah.
I think they match up pretty good against the Astros.
I don't know. Like the Astros showed that the Twins really don't have much to offer. The Twins did get a game on them, but like I think it was a pretty dominating series, pretty similar to like if it was a sweep.
Yeah, well, just you never were worried that the Astros were going to lose the series. You were never worried about, oh my God, will the Twins actually come into Houston, take a scatter game and win this series and get out of it? But
Yeah.
you just knew that the Astros were going to win that series. But we'll get into the predictions now for the conference finals. First one we'll get into is the AL conference finals and the Astros and the Rangers, Battle of Texas.
Let's hear what Murph has to say about this series first.
I don't know. I think I want the Rangers to win.
I think the Rangers will win.
I mean, I think they got a good shot. I think it's going to be a good series.
Well-
I think it's going to be a 5-game series
This is 7 games.
or 7-game series.
7-game series.
Now, I will say, yeah, in meetings this season between the teams, I think Houston has got the better of Texas
Yeah,
in the meetings.
but I think just Texas overall
Playoff-
improved
playoffs
as
is
a
a whole
team.
different thing, though.
And I
Yeah.
think the Texas improved as the season went on.
Yeah.
So
I think that
I'm really excited for this matchup.
I think it's going to be a good series.
this is going to go 7 games.
You've got an experienced team who's done it, and you got a hot team in the Rangers who have the tools to do it. So
But
it
an
should be good.
electric offense.
Yeah.
Like
you
their
look
offense is unreal right now.
If you look at the top 6 for the Rangers, 4 of the guys are batting over 400 right now.
Yeah.
And like that's not to include Marcus Simeon, who's struggling right now, their best hitter.
Yeah, well, they're
Yeah,
getting production.
174.
They're getting
He's
production
hitting
from other people.
174. And wait till he gets going.
Yeah.
There's just gonna be more and more runs. So
I think
I think my prediction, Rangers in 7. You?
it's so hard to bet against the Astros, but I do
the-
think the
The
Rangers could do
Astros
it.
are and have been a big playoff team. They
Yeah.
come to show when it comes
So
to
who do you
playoffs.
got?
I think I'll take the Astros in 7 probably. Yeah.
But you know what? I got a prediction. Whoever wins the first game of the series wins the series.
Okay. It is in Houston.
Yeah.
First 2 games.
I think whoever wins
I've
game one.
got the Rangers.
You got Rangers.
I'm going to take the Houston Astros to win the series.
2 Astros, 2 Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay. I got Rangers in 7. I think, although the Astros got the better pitching in my opinion, with Verlander, Valdez, Javier.
Yeah.
I think just the offense of the Rangers is too much for them to handle.
Should be a good
It's gonna
series.
be a really good series.
I mean,
I'd say it's gonna be
this
the
is the
series
most
as a
exciting
whole.
series. This is the most exciting series of the whole entire playoffs
Oh, yeah.
for me. Till the World Series, I think that one's also going to be a good matchup. But we'll get into who's going to get in the other side of the bracket to the World Series. Phillies, D-backs. We'll start with you.
I think the Phillies. I don't know. I think they're just on a buzz right now. Really, they're lighting it up out there. They got their good players are stepping up. They're showing why they're the best players on the team, and they're playing like the best players on the team. So I think the Phillies and probably I don't even know, like probably 6. Phillies 6.
I think I hope this is a close series, but I think this has potential to be a mopping by the Phillies.
I think this is a
4-0?
gentleman's sweep.
You don't think they even
4-1. 4-1
Yeah.
Phillies. I got gentleman's sweep.
Yeah,
I
same.
think the D-backs take 1 at home. Probably game 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Besides that, Phillies are not losing at home.
I think the D-backs is a bit too fluky against the Dodgers.
Yeah, I got
Yep.
Phillies.
And Phillies as well. So our World Series matchup for some of us got Phillies versus Astros, and some of us got Phillies versus Texas Rangers. But
I guess we'll find out.
we'll find out for the next podcast. I guess we'll be talking about that. So we'll get into the NFL, and we'll get into the top matchups for Week 6.
Yeah, first matchup we got is Seahawks versus Bengals in Cincinnati.
Now, really looking at it, the Bengals should win this game.
Disagree.
but,
Disagree right away.
I don't
You're
know.
underrating
The
the Seahawks. Yeah. Why do you think the Bengals have this game for sure?
Because they got the better players, and I think looking at the team roster, there's a better team in general. But I also think that if we're going on this season, since we're going on this season so far, the Bengals have been horrible. So I wouldn't be surprised to see.
Look, I don't think the Bengals had this game by any means, but I think this is a must-win game for the Bengals.
Yeah.
I think they got to get in the win
gotta
column
turn
against a good
around.
team. They're struggling, like you said. I think this game is a lot more valuable to Cincinnati than just a regular season
And
game.
that's why I'm going to go with the Bengals as well. I
Yeah.
think Murph picked the right team, but with the backwards knowledge,
Yeah.
backwards just thinking, I don't like. They have a great roster, but I think they're totally underrating Seahawks roster, and they're just proven to be a good team the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But I'm with Mike on this game. They can't go 2-4.
No,
This can't happen, or
this is
it's
a big
time to
game.
panic.
Bengals also got home field advantage too.
This
Yeah.
is panic league.
I'm looking for Joe Burrow to have a big game in a big situation.
Yeah. And I think he's finally getting healthy,
Yeah.
so he will. Second match we'll get into is Cowboys Chargers at SoFi Stadium in LA.
It's tough because the Cowboys are coming off a beating of the 49ers. But I don't know. It's hard to say. I think
this could go. This game go out.
I think this is going to be a close game.
Gonna be a close game, I think.
I still think I got the Cowboys though. I don't know.
I think I got Chargers.
It
I'm
can
gonna
go
go
either
Chargers.
way.
I'm gonna go
It's
Chargers.
kinda hard.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
I think I'm going to go Chargers also. I think this is a perfect time for a good Chargers team to just beat a team that's down in the Cowboys right now.
I could see either team winning this one if the Cowboys start to play a bit better, but I got Chargers.
And the Chargers are always in games. Like, even when they lose,
And they're
always
getting
in games.
Austin
always
Eckler back
know.
this week. He was
Yeah.
out for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I just think, Chargers.
Well, unlike last week, I need Dak Prescott to play better
Yeah.
if the
And
Cowboys are going to win.
we're forgetting Chargers for the bye week last week.
Yeah.
So they got a week off. They got a week rest.
I think the Chargers are going to be ready to go. Film ready,
Once
everything.
again, Chargers with the home
Herbert
field
is going to have a
advantage,
great game, I think. He's going to
Yeah.
have some big throws. And anyways, the last thing we'll get into for the NFL is the upsets for the week for each one of us. So we'll start with Noah. What upset do you have this week?
I don't know.
Here, I'll go first, and then you can come back. I actually have the New York Jets beating the Eagles this week.
Nah, I
In
have-
New York.
No.
In New
no.
York.
No.
Yes.
No.
Listen to me.
No,
Listen to me.
No.
Zach Wilson has been in. He's playing pretty well. The Jets have been in every game this year so far, except maybe like one of them. I think even when they lose, they're hanging in there. They almost beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, but I just think
I
the
think the
Eagles
Eagles are unstoppable.
The Eagles are better than the Chiefs.
I don't think
Oh, definitely
the
so
Eagles are a worse team than the Jets, but I was looking at my my upset tape, and I'm going with the Jets over the Eagles.
I just
I think one slip up on the
How
Eagles.
can Zach Wilson, just outplay the Eagles defense? I just think it's never, ever gonna happen.
I should say in my point that the Jets need to play a really good defensive game. Like I think they're capable of playing. I think the only way the Jets are in this game is if the Jets defense can shut down the Eagles pretty good.
Zach Wilson is just never outperforming that defense of the Eagles.
No, I think the Jets are going to have a really good
I'm
defensive
still wondering why
performance.
the Jets got Zach Wilson. I think they should get rid of him, to be honest. He's just not, I don't know, he's not performing.
Okay, so we disagree with that take, but who do you think, Noah? Do you think the Jets have a chance against the Eagles?
I think they got a chance, but I think the Eagles are.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with. I'll go next, and my upset of the week is Texas. The Texans beating the Saints. I think C.J. Stroud is having a very good year.
Really good.
He has 0 picks so far this season over 5 games, and I think he continues that. The Saints, I think, is an overrated team. I think Derek Carr is not what people think. I think the Saints. I think Olave's having a down year this year, and I think Texas just comes in and just takes the game.
Yeah, it's not crazy to say, but I don't think that, like you said, the Saints are just not. I don't think they're a great football team either. So I think it's very possible Houston.
It's also in Houston, so that's home field advantage.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's one of those games that like really doesn't mean a whole lot for either team in the long run. But I do think that Texas, there's no reason they can't take it.
Yeah, I like Texas. I like the Texans. So now you.
All right, my upset of the week is actually going to be the Bears beating the Vikings.
I like that take. I like that.
The Vikings, man, just not having a good start to the year. I really don't think they should be 1-4. So I mean, and the Bears coming off big game from Justin Fields and DJ Moore. I think if DJ Moore can play how he did last week, I think he can outperform the Vikings.
So you just said you don't think that the Vikings should be 1-4, but now they're going to lose another one.
Yeah, because they're playing garbage.
Okay, so I'm going to agree with what you said, but I think that they're going to lose because Justin Jefferson just went on the IR, so he's out. He got hurt hand.
It's a similar situation to the Bengals. I think it's a must-win game for the Vikings to win.
So you think the Vikings are going to win?
I think the Vikings are going to win, and I think they need to win.
I think this season's already over for the Vikings. I think the Vikings franchise kind of knows that, and I think that's why they put Jefferson on the IR so he can miss 4 games. If he had that same degree of an injury and they were 3-2, 4-1, he's not going on the IR.
I think if they lose this game to the Bears, I think it's time to scrap the season.
Yeah,
I think this is actually a pretty crucial game because if they can win in convincing fashion.
Now, is it in Minnesota or is it in Chicago?
It's in Chicago.
It's in Chicago.
Okay, I like Chicago. I do think that Chicago.
But really, is this an upset, Murph? The Chicago Bears beating the Vikings at this point in the season? I don't think it's an upset.
I think it's an upset.
I don't know.
I think this
because everybody
a Vikings team without Jefferson, I don't know.
Everybody is making out the. I bet you if you look at the betting odds, the Vikings are the favorite. Just because everyone thinks Fields is such a bust of a quarterback, and Kirk Cousins is a reliable quarterback, and this and that. I do think that it is an upset.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't know what you're getting from Fields in a game. Depends.
Yeah,
the Vikings.
The Vikings are a betting favorite. So finally, we'll go.
So I was gonna pick what Murph said, but so now I don't know.
Vikings.
I was gonna say Bears over Vikings.
Okay, you can
as well.
still go with the Vikings,
Yeah,
I guess.
I had Bears over Vikings as well.
Yeah, for the
Home
same
field
reason.
advantage, same reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, boys, don't sleep on the Titans against the Ravens either.
Yeah,
I think
I
it'll be
was
a close
very
game.
close. That's in London as well.
Yeah.
I was very close to writing that down on the sheet.
I was gonna
I'm
pick
too
them.
much of a Ravens fan to put that on the sheet, so I'm still rooting for them.
It depends. The Ravens got to get up for the game. Like they've been losing to teams they shouldn't be losing to.
And they have injuries still.
Yeah.
Still have lots of injuries. They haven't had a full roster yet the year. And I just think the Titans can come out with a little bit of underrated defense and You know, they got DeAndre Hopkins, Ryan Tannehill on that offense.
Yeah.
I do think they can do something with it.
I think that'll be a pretty good game.
Yeah, anybody can win in London. Anybody.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
I think that's all we got.
Yeah, that's going to wrap up episode 3 of Spittin' Sports Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah.
See ya.